Hello everyone, this is Sampath Kumar. In this video, we are going to discuss the concept of non-integrated accounts, like how the entries will be posted, what is the flow of entries, there are a lot of entries which are different from how a financial accountant will be writing. So we will be looking at the concept behind the writing of entries of non-integrated accounts, and then we will be solving a question. After that, we will be posting in the ledgers, and then we will be doing the trial balance, and at the end we make sure that our trial balance matches. Okay, so that is the agenda for today's session. It will be kind of a lengthy one, but it will be giving you the clarity of how the entries has to be written when you are integrating or non-integrating financial statements with the financial accounts with the cost records. Okay, so for that, what I have done is first I'll try to explain what is the difference between a financial accountant and a cost accountant, and then you'll see why there will be a difference. Okay, so I will take one example to tell you. If you are purchasing goods and you are a financial accountant, you will be writing purchase account debit to, if cash is going out, credit what goes out cash, or creditor as the case may be. Okay, so debit all expenses and losses, we will be debiting the purchase account. Credit, if we are making the payment, we will be crediting the cash. If it is non-cash transaction or if it is a credit transaction, we will be writing the creditor. But if it is a costing records, we will not be writing purchase account. We will be just writing, if I am purchasing from someone else, the stock is coming to me. So when the stock is coming to me, my stock level in my godown will get increased. So I will be writing stores ledger control account debit to, then what has to be credited? For a cost accountant, he will not write the journal entries, or he will not maintain any records which are of outsiders. Okay, so he is not concerned with the cash, he is not concerned with the creditors, he is not concerned with anything that is happening outside. So he will only be having one ledger to tackle, that is cost ledger control account. I'll repeat, for a financial accountant, you will be having the visibility of everything. So you'll be writing entries as per our generally accepted accounting principles or golden rules. But for a cost accountant, he will be writing one leg properly, but other leg, it could be debit or it could be credit. He will be continuously using the cost ledger control account, and depending upon the different faculties or different authors, different material, they will be using the different names, but it is cost ledger control is sufficient. I am just taking the cost ledger control account for this purpose. So now you understood, when the goods are coming in, we are not writing purchases, there is an increase in the stocks, so we are debiting the stores ledger control account and crediting cost ledger control account. The reason why we are crediting, there is no reason, it is only that you need another leg to post an entry, so we are writing cost ledger control account. Okay, so I'll take few more examples. You will understand slowly like what is the difference between these two, and then you can make out the flow of entries. So now we made purchases, right? So when we made purchases, we can use the raw material for our direct material purpose, or the same raw material you can use it for indirect material purpose. Sir, what are you saying? If you go to your cost sheet, you will have elements like direct material, direct labor, direct expenditure, and you are calling it as a prime cost. That's what we have learned in costing cost sheet. Again, you will have your factory overhead also, you will have your admin overhead also, you will have your selling and distribution overhead also. So why these points are coming into picture? In your overheads also, there could be some material, right? But that is your indirect material. Put it simply, when you are purchasing any material and you are using it for direct purpose, I mean like as a part of a direct material, as a part of your prime cost, you will be writing in the work in progress, because that is becoming your factory cost. And if it is becoming your indirect material and you are purchasing some goods and that is not directly impacting your production, but somewhere it is useful for you, so that is your indirect material, you will be writing factory overhead control account. So what is the difference between two? If you are a financial accountant, you will not be bothered to write this one, but if you are a cost accountant, when the goods are coming in, so you are writing stores ledger control account, means the stores ledger control account is debited because you are increasing it. But out of the stores ledger control account, now some part of the goods you are sending it for the main production, some part of the goods are sending it for the indirect production. So whatever you are sending it for the direct production, you will be debiting work in progress and crediting the stores ledger control accounts. So what I mean by that, when you are purchasing the stores ledger, no, so you are increasing the stores ledger control account. Take an example, some 5,000 rupees. You will write 5,000 here. Now what you are doing, out of the 5,000 units, 5,000 worth of goods, 4,000 worth of goods you are using for the direct production. So you will be writing work in progress control account 4,000 to stores ledger control account 4,000. Try to understand, when the goods are coming in, we are debiting the stores ledger control account. When the goods are going out from somewhere else, if it is going to direct production, work in progress to stores ledgers. That's what we have written. If it is a direct material. What if it is an indirect material? If it is an indirect material, again the stores ledger has to be credited because the goods are going out from your godown. So you will be crediting stores ledger control. Take an example, 1,000 goods are going for the 1,000 worth of goods are going for the indirect material. So you will be debiting factory overhead control account. So if anybody is trying to understand for the first time, you need to have a fair bit of idea about the cost sheet, then only these concepts will fit into your brain. Okay, so what I mean by that, direct material, direct labor, direct expenditure, it will become your prime cost. Then you add your factory overhead, that will become your works cost or factory cost as a case may be, and then you will have your admin, so on and so forth. Okay, so now try to understand the material that you are spending. If it is a direct material, you are debiting the work in progress account. If it is an indirect material, you are debiting the factory overhead control account. Just understand this difference, your concept will be really strong. 5,000 worth of goods are coming, so I am debiting stores ledger control account. Out of the 5,000, 4,000 are going, so I am crediting my stores ledger by 4,000. So if you are a mathematics student, you will understand stores ledger control account is debited by 5,000, credited by 4,000 and credited by 1,000, so it is nullifying, which means that there is no stores right now. Whatever the stores that I had, I have given it for work in progress if it is direct, I have given it for factory overhead if it is indirect. Okay, so this is how you can write the entry. What if you are returning it to the supplier, like someone has given to us when we bought it, we wrote the entry like stores ledger control account to cost ledger control account. Now when you are returning it to the supplier himself, you can reverse the original entry. So if it is a reversal, if it is a return of stock to the supplier, you will write cost ledger control account to stores ledger control account, whatever the amount it could be. Okay, so if you have to write an entry for reversal, returning of the stocks to supplier, you have to think what was the entry that you returned when you bought it. So while purchasing, we wrote stores ledger control account to cost ledger control account, right? So you have to just reverse it, like you have to debit the credit and credit the debit, you will get it. So this is a story about material, guys. I hope it is understood. Next I will tell you the story about the labor, or you can say wages. So again, just see the difference between the financial accountant and a cost accountant. If it is a financial accountant, what I would write, when I am making the payment to my workers, that is my expenditure. As per the nominal rule, debit all expenses and losses. So I will be debiting the wages account debit to, if I am making the payment to them, as per the real rule, credit what goes out. So cash is going out, so I will be crediting the cash. But if it is an outstanding as a liability, I will be writing outstanding wages, as a case may be. Now come to the point. If the same entry has to be written by a cost accountant, he would write wages control account to, he will not write cash. As I told, he is not concerned about your cash. As a cost accountant, he will not be looking at the cash. There is no question of cash in the cost ledgers, cost records. So you will be writing cost ledger control account. So wherever there is a blank, you just substitute that with the cost ledger control account. Doesn't mean that you make a mistake and substitute. It is only that whenever you don't have a leg, you can put that. Okay. So cost ledger control account. Okay. Sir, we can still discuss the same thing. If it is a material, we said it could be your direct, it could be your indirect, right? If it is a direct, it is going into your work in progress. If it is an indirect, it is going to factory overhead. Sir, how many times you will tell? Just to make you understand. Same thing, if it is wages also, it can be your direct, it can be your indirect. If it is your direct wages, you will send it to work in progress. If it is indirect wages, you will send it to factory overheads. Okay. So logic will be same. I am not writing the, I will write the entry once. Okay. If it is direct, work in progress control account to wage control account. If it is indirect, factory overhead control account debit to wage control account. So ultimately, observe these three will be nullified. I mean, this will come we will make it 0. Okay, so that is about wages, guys. So this is how you can write the interest for the remaining also. I am not exaggerating, but if you understand the flow like this, you will write it. But even in case if you don't understand the flow also, just be with me for the next 40 minutes or so, you will understand everything. So I have taken a question here. The question involves, they have given some ledger balances, they have given some transactions. So what we will do is, we will write the entries for this ledger and we will post it. We will close the ledgers and then we will prepare the trial balance and we will see if our logic holds good or not. Okay. So just give me 1 second just to remove all this. Yeah. So one basic thing that you need to be careful here if you are writing the entries, and if you are not sure of writing the entries also, ledger, like it has debit and credit, right? So you have to see the debit side, which side the amount has been given. So here it is given debit balance, here it is given credit balance. So whenever you are preparing ledgers, make sure that you write the opening balances in the correct side. If you make a mistakes there, whatever the entries that you post after that, it will lead to wrong answer. So just be with me. Stores ledger control account 3,01,435, right? So I will be preparing one ledger here. Stores control ledger. Opening side, you see it's given in the debit side. So you will be writing in the debit side only. To balance brought down 3,01,435. Same way, work in progress control account, it's also given on the debit side. So I will be writing work in progress control account to balance brought down 1,22,365. So 2 entries have been done. Finished goods ledger control account, that is also debit side. So that is also, we will write it here, finished goods control account to balance brought down 2,51,945. Cost, next manufacturing overhead account 10,525. So you will write manufacturing overhead control account, it's given on the credit side, so be careful. So if it's given on the credit side, you write on the credit side by balance brought down 10,525, and then cost ledger control account, that is given on the credit side. Be careful, cost ledger control account, it is by balance brought down 6,65,220. Okay, so we have done with the opening entries. I mean, we have taken everything into our opening balances. Now our answer is not yet done. We have to still do it. So what we will do is we will see the transactions during the year. Finished goods 2 lakh, finished goods 2,10,835. So one thing guys, you have to understand this. You will start your process with the raw material. Once you are doing something, that will be debited to work in progress. I mean, the raw material will slowly become work in progress, and the work in progress will slowly become your finished goods. Okay, so you have to take your entries also in the same way, like how it is flowing. So when they are saying finished goods at cost 2,10,835, which means that the goods have been finished from the work in progress. I mean, like this is flowing from here. So when they say that the finished good, there is a finished goods of some amount, which means they have completed work in progress and they are becoming form part of your work finished goods. So the entry also has to be, I will write it here, entry finished goods control account amount 2,10,835 to work in progress control account 2,10,835. Don't make a mistake here and don't by heart it also. Just try to understand. When they are saying that there is a finished goods at 2,10,835, means they might have completed as a part of work in progress. So they are completing from work in progress. I mean, take like this is a box. This is a work in progress box. This is a finished goods box. Okay. So when it is completing from work in progress, it is coming into your finished goods, right? So you will debit finished goods, like wherever it is going, you debit the receiver. Okay. So you debit the finished goods control account and it is coming from work in progress, right? So you credit the work in progress control account. That's how you can make the entries. Okay. So now this is an entry. Finished goods control account debit to work in progress control account credit. So this is the entry. Now you need to understand the ledger posting also. I hope you are clear, you are familiar with the ledger posting. If not, just listen to me for 1 minute. In finished goods control account, we will debit this. In work in progress control account, we will credit this. We will do it vice versa. Okay. So just listen here, just have a look at this. In finished goods control account, there is some credit, right? That credit you bring it to the debit, which means to work in progress 2,10,835. Okay. So in finished goods control account, there is some credit, that credit you bring it to the debit side. The same way, work in progress control account is on the credit side, right? To this credit, there is some debit, right? So the debit you bring it to the credit side. What I mean by that? By finished goods account 2,10,835. Now you are understanding. Only for one entry I will take some time to make you understand. Later after that I will be rushing it. Okay. So from work in progress it is coming to finished goods. So finished goods account data debit to work in progress control account. So now in this account this is credited, right? You put it in the debit side. In this account this is debited, right? They put it in the credit side. So that's how I have done it. So this is the entry number 1. Now manufacturing overhead incurred 91,510. So what does that mean? Just try to understand the nature of the transaction. In my factory, maybe it could be rent, I am incurring 91,510. Okay. So when I am incurring, it is a overhead. Okay, overhead, and that is relating to manufacturing. So you can prepare some separate account here. Manufacturing overhead control account, because you are incurring to that account. Manufacturing overhead control account debit to what you are doing when you are paying rent for your godown. Take an example, the cash is going out, so you can credit cash, right? But for a cost accountant there is nothing like cash. He would simply use cost ledger control account. Amount is 91,510, 91,510. I will repeat this point. Just try to understand. When you are incurring manufacturing overhead, you debit manufacturing overhead control account. Credit to which account you will be giving a credit? There is no other account. The only thing that we have with us is cost ledger control account. So we are crediting. So how do we post it? This is on the debit side. This is on the credit side. So this is debit, this is credit, right? So whatever is the credit, that you bring it to the debit side of the manufacturing overhead control account. So just observe me. In manufacturing overhead, I will be writing to cost ledger control account. The amount is 91,510. So we have done with the one part of the leg. Second thing is, in cost ledger control account, you will credit the manufacturing overhead control account. So where is our cost ledger control account? Yeah. So by manufacturing overhead, you will write 91,510. So we are done with the second entry also. Be with me, because there are a lot of entries, and then we will close the ledger, then we will prepare the trial balance. Okay, then only you will have the completeness. Then raw material purchased 1,23,000. So when you are purchasing raw material, normally financial accountant what he will do, he will debit the purchases. But here don't think from the financial accountant, think from the cost accountant. When the raw material is coming, that is increasing your stores, that is increasing your godown stock. So stores ledger control account 1,23,000, right? So I'll go to the third one. Stores ledger control account debit 1,23,000. What you will credit? You are paying cash, right? But we don't know cash. We will be using cost ledger control account 1,23,000. So how do we post that? In stores ledger control account, you debit cost ledger control. So where is our stores ledger control account? Come here. Here you will write to cost ledger control account 1,23,000. So write 1,23,000 here. In cost ledger control account, you will be writing by stores ledger control account 1,23,000. Just try to understand. There are two legs to an entry. Just we are reversing the nature of the entries. So once you have written in both the ledgers, then only you are complete. Otherwise, it will not tally. So that is done. Next, factory wages 50,530 and indirect labor 21,665. So you can understand here. Just make a sense of the question. Factory wages is also wages. Indirect labor is also wages. So which means the company could have incurred the total wages of including these two amounts, 50,530 plus 21,665, so 72,195. So what you mean by this? This is the total wages the company has incurred. So when you are incurring the wages, I mean, like, this is a factory, there are some workers, I am making the payment to them. I am not sure whether they are direct laborers or whether they are working indirectly, I mean, they are into the other operations, I am not sure. But first, when I am making the payment to them, I will be writing one entry. Okay. So the entry for that will be, when you are making the payment, so that is your wage control account. Wage control account debit, how much? 72,195 to, you are making the payment in cash, but you don't know what is the cash, you will be writing cost ledger control account. By now you might have understood how the entries are flowing. Pay attention, because there are other twists and tricks and also here. So this is the total wages, but again this amount involves two aspects. What are the two aspects? One is 50,530 is the direct one, 21,665 is the indirect one. So whatever that you are paying for direct wages, direct labor, that will go to your work in progress. As I just now told you the example, work in progress control account amount is 50,530 to wage control 50,530. So this is their direct labor, this is the total labor, and this will be their indirect labor. Understand? When you are making the payment, first it is coming and sitting in your wage control account. From here, if they are working on the direct production, work in progress control account, it is debited to work in progress control account, credited to wage control account. If the same workers are working on indirect factory overhead, you will be debiting the factory overhead working control account and crediting the wage control account. Okay. So just observe me. Factory overhead or manufacturing overhead, you can use this interchangeably. You will use manufacturing overhead only, because earlier we have used manufacturing overhead only, right? So manufacturing overhead control account amount is 21,665 to wage control account 21,665. So what I am trying to do here, it is debited with the 72,195, credited once with this and credited once with this. So ultimately it is becoming 0 only. It should become 0 most probably. Okay, it should become 0. Now we need to post these entries. Wage control, go to wage control ledger, you write to control ledger, cost ledger control account, go to wage control ledger, okay, we will prepare wage control ledger also. And how much we are incurring? 72,195. So to cost ledger control account 72,195. So now what you are just observe this, in wage control account we are debited cost ledger control account. In cost ledger control account we will credit by wage control account. So we will be writing by wage control account 72,195. Okay, so we have done with one part of the total entry. Now you go to the next one. If it is a direct wages, we are writing work in progress control account to wage control account. So in work in progress control account, you will debit wage control account to wage control account. How much it is? 50,530. So in wage control account you will be writing by work in progress 50,530. So we are done with the second entry also. Come to the third entry. In third entry we have written manufacturing overhead control account to wage control account. So in manufacturing you write to wage control account, to wage control account. How much? What is the amount? 21,665. So that is one leg of an entry. So you will be again writing in wage control account by manufacturing overhead control account. What is the amount? 21,665. If you add these two, it will become nullify. Okay, if you are good with the entries, you go with the entries. If you are not good with the entries, go with the ledger. You will understand. Okay. So now we are done with the wage part also. We will go to the next one. Cost of sales 185,890. So what do you mean by cost of sales? First raw material, it is becoming work in progress, it is becoming finished goods, then it is becoming cost of sales. Means from finished goods only it is going to cost of sales. As how I said, from work in progress to it has come to finished goods. Now from finished goods it is going to cost of sales. What you can say? Cost of sales account debit to finished goods control account. Okay. What is the amount? 185,890. Cost of sales 185,890 to finished goods control account 185,890. Observe the entries, don't by heart and don't have to mug up also. From work in progress it is coming to finished goods. What was the entry? Finished goods to work in progress. Now from finished goods it is going to cost of sales to finished goods. Okay, so that's how we are written. Now we will post this. So in cost of sales account we will write to finished goods control account. We don't have a cost of sales account, so we will prepare one. So wherever there is no ledger we will prepare, no issues. Cost of sales to finished goods control account 185,890. In finished goods control account you will write by cost of sales. You have to understand the ledger posting, otherwise it is very difficult for you to solve this problem. So in finished goods what you will do is by cost of sales 185,890. Okay. So now we are done with this also, cost of sales. Manufacturing material issued to production. Understand? When you are purchasing material, what was the entry? Stores ledger control account debit to cost ledger control account. Now the stock is there. This stock you are issuing to the production. So it is going to the production. It is going to the work in progress. So work in progress account control account debit to stores ledger control account. Okay. 127,315. Just in imagination you focus this. From stores it is going to work in progress. So work in progress to stores ledger control account. Work in progress control account to stores ledger control account. Okay, what was the amount? Amount was 127,315. Okay, yeah, 127,350. Now sales returned at cost. So when you are making a sale, what was your entry? Cost of sales to finished goods. Just reverse it. Okay, finished goods to cost of sales. Amount is 5380. Did we post this entry? Work in progress. I think we didn't. So stores ledger. So in examination, if you don't post, you will make a mistake. Stores ledger control account 185,890. So in stores ledger control account also you have to post this by work in progress 185,890. 890. So now what is happening? 5380 worth of goods there is a sales return. Okay, when you are making a sale, just understand what was the entry, cost of sales to finished goods. Now finished goods to cost of sales. So finished goods control account debit to cost of sales 5380. Yeah, 5380. So how do we post it? In finished goods control account, you will write cost of sales. In cost of sales, you will write finished goods 5380. That entry is also done. Now material returned to supplier. Again, I'm telling you, if you want to know what is the entry for reversal, first you have to understand what was the entry when you are actually writing it. When you are purchasing, your stock level is increasing, so stores ledger control account debit to cost ledger control account. Now reverse it. Cost ledger control account debit, the amount is 2900. Yeah, 2900 to stores ledger control. You can understand the the stock is going down, right? When you are supplying, when you are returning it to your supplier, your stock level is coming down, obviously. So 2900. How do you post this? In cost ledger control account, you will debit stores ledger control account. In cost ledger control account, you will debit stores ledger control account 2900. Yes, and then in stores ledger control account, you will credit, just reverse it by cost ledger control account 2900. So now we have done with entries. There is one more entry, last entry, guys. 77,200 is manufacturing overhead charged. Now you have to understand the costing. Whenever there is a fixed overhead, first you will incur. So when you are incurring, factory overhead control account debit to cost ledger control account. But when you are charging, what does that mean? When you are charging or absorbing, or you are what do you call charging only? Yeah. So when you are charging or applied, when you are charging or when you are applying or when you are absorbing, which means out of the expenditure that you have incurred, you are moving the expenditure from this ledger to the work in progress. I'll repeat. If this is my factory, if I'm making the payment of the factory, so that is when I'm incurring it. But when I first pay, I will write it in the manufacturing overhead control account. From this, I will allocate to this unit, I will allocate to that unit, I will allocate to this product, that product, or I will allocate to different projects or different jobs. It could be anything. So when I'm allocating it or apportioning it, that is your charge, that is your application, that is your absorption. It could be any word. Maybe in some other video I will be explaining all those concepts, but first we will complete this. So 77,200 is the amount that you are charging from your manufacturing overhead to work in progress. Okay, so where you are charging it to work in progress. So work in progress control account debit, work in progress control account debit to from manufacturing overhead control account. So manufacturing overhead control account. So here it will be 77,200. Here it will be 77,200. Again, we need to know, we know how to post it. Okay, so we know how to post it. The posting is easy, guys. I'm running out of charging. So work in progress control account, you go there and write to manufacturing overhead control account. $77,200. In manufacturing overhead control account, you write work in progress by work in progress 77,200. So we are done with all the ledger, all the entry posting. Now we will close it. So in stores ledger control account, I'll change the color for your understanding, and I hope by now you are aware of how to close a ledger. But once I'll tell you, just debit all the debits, just total all the debits just total all the credits, see the difference, whichever side is lesser you put it there, either that could be carried on, that could be brought down. Here 185 890 plus 2900 minus 123,000 minus 301 435, so it is giving 235 645. so that is your stores ledger. 301 435 plus 123,000 minus 1 work in progress. Did I write the wrong amount? Material issue to 127 315. Okay, so I wrote the wrong amount here. One stores ledger control account, did we write any wrong amount? This 185 is wrong, guys. I just mistaken it for some other amount, but when you are doing it peacefully you will get it. This is 127 315, here also it is 127 315. okay, so it's just a typo error, but once you are focused you will get it. 301 435 plus 123,000 minus 127 315 minus 2900, so 294 220 is your carried on balance. okay, so now you go to the work in progress, we'll see if anything is mistake. I mean, like amounts wise just I might have just made a mistake, otherwise conceptually it is absolutely fine. So 166 carried on, 166 575 here, so that is your work in progress. Go to the finished goods, 251 945 plus 210 835 plus 5380 minus 185 890, so 282 270, so 282 270, this is your finished goods control account, and we'll go to the manufacturing overhead control account once. 91 510 plus 21 665 minus 10 525 plus 77 200. so manufacturing overhead control account, if you go there, the amount that you are getting is 25 450, so carried on 25 450. so what does that mean? Whatever is the closing balance, which means that that is carry forward to the next year. How we brought it from the last year, the same thing will go to the next year. Either it could be work in progress, it could be a finished goods, it could be raw material. okay, so cost ledger 665 220 plus 91 510 plus 123,000 plus 72 195 minus 2900, so you are getting 94 94 9,49,025. is it right? 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 949 240. okay, so the carrying down balance is 949 25. don't get mistaken, wherever the balance is lesser I will writing there. It could be carried on, it could be brought down. so cost ledger control account is also done. Now go to work in progress control account, 72 195 minus 50 530 minus 21 665, so it is becoming 0. Like whatever we have incurred, we have distributed to direct and indirect. so go to cost of sales, and cost of sales, how much it is coming? Cost of sales, how much it is coming? 185 890 185 890 minus 5380, so 180 510. cost of sales, cost of sales, cost of sales. okay, so carried on is 180 510, so this is your carried on, and anything else left? Nothing is left. so this is how you have written the journal entries, posted into journal entries, ledgers, close the ledgers. Now you will prepare the trial balance, okay, as quickly as we can, as much as the charge I have. okay, so now what you have to do is, wherever there is a carried on you bring it to the debit side, wherever there is a brought on you bring it to the credit side. Again it's a reversal. okay, so this is your debit, this is your credit, Just have a look at the first one. Stores control ledger, there is a credit balance of 294 220, which means that will come on the debit side. Like whenever you are saying carried on, it will become the brought on. Okay, so debit side you will write 240 294 220, and the same way work in progress you have 166 575, and finished goods you have 282 270, and manufacturing overhead you have 25 450, and cost ledger control you have credit side. See here you can say it's coming on the debit side, right? So it will go to the credit side, 949025, and cost of sales again somewhere I'll write it here, 180 510. Okay, so now you would add 294 220 plus 166 575 plus 180 510 plus 282 270 plus 25 450. So it is becoming exactly 949025. So debit and credit both are matching, which means that your trial balance is matching, and which means that our journal entry is right, and our ledger posting is right, and our closing the ledger is also right. So that's how you can prepare the non-integrated costing systems. Thank you very much. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel, because a lot more videos are coming in the financing and accounting department. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.